Welcome back. So, in this challenge, we're going to learn how to apply a color from one object to another. To get started with this, make sure you have the project files and you're going to drag and drop this into the project window, and then you'll be able to import that through the import window. What you should see whenever it's imported is the Game Dev HQ folder, and inside of that, we have our challenge and then the actual challenge specific files. And in this case, we have a main scene. You'll want to go ahead and open that up. And then inside of this scene, we have our problem statement. So for this challenge, we want to create a program that assigns a random color to the left cube. And we want that to happen when it starts the game. Then whenever we press the space bar, we want the right cube to match the color of the left. All right, so this seems pretty simple. Now, before we move on and start breaking this down into tasks, let's kind of understand what's happening in the scene itself to make sure that there aren't any other pieces of context that we could draw from this. So looking at this, if I go to the main camera, things seem to be pretty standard. The directional light, the canvas, and then the event system. So all of these are just fine. So all we have to worry about is the color to be cube and the change me cube. So the color to be cube should be the left cube. So we're going to move around here just so we're not confused. So this is going to be the left cube here, and this is the right cube. So change me. Looking at both of these cubes, we see that they are pretty standard, and they are both using the default lit material, which we're going to need to modify that so we can actually access certain parameters of the material and actually change those. So now that we have identified the problem statement, we've taken a look at the rest of the items within the scene to gain context. Let's go ahead and break down the problem statement into tasks. So the first task is to create a material that is going to be editable through a script. So that's going to be our first task. Then we need to assign a random color to that material through code, and that should be done at the start of the game. And then the second task is going to be pressing the space bar. So that's going to be input. So when we press the space bar, we want it to do something. And then the third task is going to be assigning that material color to this new cube. And then they should both match whenever we're finished. All right. So now that we've broken all of that down, we have an understanding of the context and we know what our problem is. Let's go ahead and move on into the next video.